Hey guys, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video from Unconventional Immigrants. Guys, in the last video, we were able to share our first dream home in Canada and we hope you had a chance to take a look. But if not, please make sure to check this link right here. In that video, we promised you that we were going to bring more informative videos on buying a house in Canada, and this is one such video. Folks, are you a new immigrant who's recently moved to Canada, who doesn't have a credit score and are not able to afford the 5% down payment that Canada requires? Or are you on your study or work permit and are looking, well, house prices are increasing and I want to get into the market, but I'm not a permanent resident yet. Like, how am I supposed to get into this process? Or are you this third bucket who's been seeing the news and seeing how house prices have been increasing and you're thinking, man, I'll never be able to save up this down payment ever? If you're in any of these categories, then this video is for you. In this video, we're going to talk about a program where you can afford a house starting with as low as a 2% down payment, and you also don't have to have an astronomical credit score in order to afford a house. Guys, please make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can see more such informative videos, and also make sure to like and share this video so that we know that you're enjoying this content and we can create more such engaging videos. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So guys, before we dive into the program, I just wanted to walk you through the traditional 7-step process for buying a house in Canada that Priya and I went through. Now, these steps might be a little different for different people, but this is what we went through, and we think this might be what applies to most people. So the first step in buying a house is that you find yourself a good real estate agent or a realtor who can show you and take you to all these house viewings. Now, in order to sign a buyer's contract with the real estate agent, most of them will require that you get pre-approved from a mortgage lender. Now, this is the place where you go to this bank or financial institution and you tell them, hey, this is my credit score. This is the amount of salary that I have. This is the length of period in which I've been employed. Now you provide me with a number that I can qualify for in terms of what I can buy for a house. Now this can be an arduous process for newcomers because they don't have specifically an employment history in Canada. Their credit scores might be low because they're just trying to build their base and foundation in Canada. And so this is a challenging process. Now, once you get this mortgage pre-approval, you then go to your realtor and then you start searching for your dream house. Now, once you find it, you will have to bid on the house and hope that your bid gets accepted. Now, if your bid gets accepted, great, congratulations, you found yourself a dream home. Now, at this stage, you will then put a conditional offer in saying, okay, we want to do a home inspection and make sure everything is right with the house before we move in. Now, once the house inspection is done, everything is perfect, then comes the closing day. So on this day, or even during this period, you would have started paying a little bit of your down payment as deposit, and on the final day, you will be required to pay either 5% or above down payment to go towards the house. This is the day where you'll also be closing on the house, so any lawyer fees, land transfer fees, any other closing costs associated with the house, you will also be paying this at this time. And finally, you will get the keys for your dream house and you'll be able to move in. And so guys, as you can see, this is an arduous process. As a newcomer to Canada, you already have so many things on your head. You want to establish your career in Canada, you want to find yourself a community and good friends, and you're also looking to find a good support for your family. The last thing that you want to think about is your low credit score, is your lack of employment history, as well as going to a bank and being turned down for a mortgage. And this is where we feel the rent-to-own program comes into fruition. Guys, if you're already renting a house and you're looking in the news and thinking, I want to own a house right today, then this rent-to-own program would be a great way for you to get into the housing market and just test the waters to see if home ownership is for you. In this video, let's talk a little more about the eligibility criteria, what this program is, as well as how you can benefit from this great program. If you're wondering what a rent-to-own program is, it's very simple and straightforward. Basically, through this program, you're renting a property with the aim of buying this property in the future. Now, this program is being administered by Equity, and the great thing about this program is you can purchase any property that you like, be it a townhouse, a duplex, or a single-family house. Now, let me walk you through the 6-step process that Equity uses to help you qualify for your dream house. Step 1 is getting a mortgage pre-approval. So basically, this is an online form that you can go online to Equity's website and you plug in some of your basic information such as your name, your address details, your SIN number, and a few other info that they need. And in as little as 2 minutes, you will be able to find out whether you qualify for Equity's rent-to-own program. Now, step 2 is basically you finding out what your home budget is. Equity usually offers between $50,000 to $600,000 in terms of what a house budget can be. And so based on a unique situation, you'll be able to work with equity to find out what your home budget is. Step 3 would be to find a realtor and your dream home. So you can either work with your own realtor or you can work with some of the partner agents that Equity has so that you can go into the market and find that property that you're looking for. Step 4 is Equity will buy the property on your behalf. So you will work with Equity to when you identified the property and the purchase price, and Equity will purchase that house as part of this rent to own program, and then you will be renting this property off of Equity as you're looking to build your down payment history in Canada. Step 5 is moving in and building your down payment. So that date has come, you're going to move into that house, and then you will be able to start saving towards purchasing that property off of Equity. Now the great thing about this program is that you can lock in that purchase price at the date of buying. So let's say in 2 to 3 years down the line, when you're finally built up enough down payment through this rent to own program, you will be able to buy that property of what the value was 2 years back rather than how much the property has appreciated. Now step 6 and the final step is you finally built up enough equity into the house in terms of down payment and the savings. You now have a long credit history, so you can now go out and use a traditional bank mortgage and you can buy this property off of Equity, and you can go on to pay for your house over the course of the next 20 to 25 years through a regular mortgage. This is the 6-step process that Equity uses, and this is very simple for you if you're looking to move to Canada. So guys, isn't this a great way for you to start owning your own house? Now, as with any program, there is going to be a certain set of eligibility criteria, and let me explain to you what some of the eligibility criteria are for this one. Now, basically what they want you to have is a job. They need to make sure that you have a steady source of income that's coming in on a month-to-month basis. Now, what is this specific amount? It can be either $50,000 on a yearly basis or around $4,200 every month, all this Canadian dollars. Now, the great thing about this program for new immigrants is, let's say if you have your COPR and you're looking to move in the near future, you can use your job that you have currently in your location, be it in India, Philippines, Nigeria, or any other country in the world. You can use that salary as long as it's meeting these thresholds and you have the opportunity to work remotely from Canada. So that's a great way for you to qualify even with, let's say, little to no credit history, as well as not a lot of employment history in Canada. Now, the other thing which goes without saying is that you should not have had any delinquency or any other issues with your credit where a lender will not be able to provide you with the amount required. And finally, guys, as I said earlier, you need to pay at least a minimum of 2% down payment. Now, this might vary on a case-to-case basis, but the lowest amount that they go to for somebody with the thresholds that I've said earlier is 2%. So you don't have to meet the 5% requirement that a normal mortgage holder would want from you. So guys, so far we've spoken about rent to own program, what this program is, what are some of the eligibility criteria for this program. Now, why do we think there is benefit to this program versus, let's say, going through a conventional mortgage for newcomers? So guys, if you don't know already, if you check out RBC's website that you can see right here, they say that for somebody who's a newcomer to Canada, you need to have at least 2 years of employment history, and also make sure you have a 20% down payment in order for you to qualify for a conventional mortgage. Now, let's say you don't have a 2-year income history, you will have to pay even more in terms of down payment, up to as much as 35% of a house price. Now, that's a lot for somebody who's just recently moved to Canada and is looking to purchase a house. That is where this rent to own program is a great benefit for those, where even with a lower employment history, but just a track record in terms of meeting the eligibility criteria that we spoke about earlier, you'll still be able to rent to own your own house. Now, the other great benefit is that you get to lock in the purchase price. So let's say 2 to 3 years down the line, as you've seen normally, house prices are appreciating, you'll be able to lock in at the previous price and ensure that you've not missed out on that house that you always wanted to get into. Now, the rent to own program is not something new. There are a lot of builders out there that offer their own rent to own programs. Now, the problem with the rent to own program that builders offer is that you're locked into a specific type of property or that specific builder. With this program, you can choose any house, be it a townhouse, a duplex, a single family home across Canada, and ensure that you can move into the property of your dreams. But the only caveat is that you cannot purchase a pre-construction house. But apart from that, it's just general and pretty broad. And finally, guys, this program will help you build your credit history in Canada. So you can ask Equity to report your rent-to-own payments as mortgage payments. And so when they do that, you can build a strong credit history. So 2 to 3 years down the line, when you're looking for the traditional mortgage, you'll be able to qualify for the best interest rate with the best scenario in terms of a mortgage. It's a win-win for everybody. So guys, through this channel, Priya and I always want to make sure that our viewers have the most up-to-date information and facts to make the most informed decision. So these are a few things that we think why you should trust Equity and this program specifically. Guys, when we were talking to Equity, one of the things that we found out was that one of the major investors in Equity is Boardwalk. Now, Boardwalk is a very well-known name in Edmonton and across the real estate space because they own a lot of rental real estate. And so from this, we know that this company is serious in terms of being able to make a lot of new immigrants and new Canadians afford a house in Canada. Now, we also learned through this process that this company was started recently. So when Priya and I were decided to buy a house, it took us around a year and a half to put down a down payment. And so if we had known about this program, we would have probably made use of this program and ensured that we were able to get into our house quite earlier than what we possibly could. And finally, guys, Equity has been featured on a lot of major news channels as well as newspapers. They've been well broadcasted, and a lot of success stories that have been featured where people who were not able to afford the 5 down payment history or who've had really good jobs, but they specifically don't meet what a traditional bank considers eligibility criteria, afford a house through Equity. And so these are things that we feel are really beneficial and will help you move into your dream house while ensuring that you build your credit history as you make your journey into Canada and become a new Canadian. Guys, thank you so much for staying until the end of this video. We hope you found this video informative and has helped you inform your decision of finding your dream house in Canada. Guys, if you think that this program is right for you, we hope that you can use the link in the description box down below, which will take you straight into Equity, where you can find out if you can be pre-approved for buying a property in Canada. This will also ensure that you get personalized customer service from Equity. So you know this about our channel. Please make sure to do your own research before you apply to any such program. And so we want to encourage that again at this time. As always, guys, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can see more amazing content such as this, and also like and share this video so that other people will get to know about this amazing program as well as all the upcoming videos that we have. Until we meet you next time, take care, guys. Bye-bye.